Shalom! In today's lunchtime devotion, I'd like to tell you an inspiring story, the story of Conrad the Cobbler. As the story goes, Conrad had a vivid dream and he was told Christ would visit his humble cobbler shop on a certain day. The dream was so real that Conrad was certain that Jesus would indeed come. And so he decorated his simple shop as best as he could and prepared some bread and cakes to serve the master. Early in that morning, two of Conrad's friends came by, and Conrad shared the dramatic dream with them. Excited, they wanted to wait with him. They knew if anyone Christ would visit, it would be Conrad, for he was always kind and loving. However, Conrad turned them away as he was told that the visit would be exclusive. And so Conrad waited eagerly, but the master did not turn up. Instead, a beggar knocked and asked for a pair of shoes. Conrad was annoyed by the interruptions, but his kindly heart would not let him ignore the need of this old man. So he hurriedly took measurements and gave that beggar a pair of shoes, rushing him off so that when Christ came, they would not be interrupted. A little later, he heard a knock, so he rushed to open the door. But it was a hungry old woman carrying a heavy load of firewood that she picked up. She asked for food, which he reluctantly gave her. And the only food he had was what he had prepared for the master. With each bite, Conrad's heart sank. Secretly, he had hoped that she would leave something behind. But she just devoured every crumb. She even asked him to help her with a heavy load. And Conrad really did not want to leave his shop, but he again could not turn down this frail woman. So he wrote a hasty note and placed it on his door to inform that he would only be away for a while, and hoping that even if the Lord came, he would wait for Conrad to return. So Conrad set out with the old woman and carried her firewood to where she lived, which was just 4 streets away. And when Conrad returned, he was relieved that the note was still at the door. Now, late in the evening, there was a final knock on the cobbler's door. His heart leapt. He rushed to open the door, but only to find a child crying. "Mister, I am lost. Please help me find my mom." And Conrad sighed, picked him up, and knew what he had to do. So he retrieved his note from the wastebasket and again placed it at the door. Eventually, he was able to return the child to the arms of a grateful mom on the homeless street. It was already evening when he rushed back. The note was still unmoved. As the midnight hour approached, Conrad knew now the master would not appear at his door. It must have been only a dream. The kind cobbler's heart was broken, and in his crushing sadness, Conrad fell on his knees crying. "Why is it, Lord, that your feet delay? Did you forget that this was the day?" Then soft in the silence, a voice he heard, "Lift up your heart, for I have kept my word. 3 times I came to your friendly door. 3 times my shadow was on your floor. I was the beggar with the bruised feet. I was the woman you gave to eat. I was a child on the homeless street." You see, Jesus taught us in Matthew chapter 25, verse 34 to 40. "Then the king will say to those on the right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me.' Then the righteous will answer him, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?' The king will reply, 'I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me.'" You see, We are taught not to look at needy people indifferently. In fact, we are to show kindness to them and treat them with dignity and love. Let's be inspired to be kind and loving to the down and out, even the unlovely, as Christ has so clearly instructed us. For in so doing, we will be richly blessed by our Heavenly Father. God bless you.